Hello and welcome to LeTourneau University's Canvas Student Training video series. This video will cover assessments and grades. Items included are assignments, Turnitin assignments, discussions, quizzes, and grades. Assignments. Say, for instance, I want to submit Unit 1 homework. I would go to the Unit 1 module. Modules are covered in our course navigation video. I would click on the assignment that I wish to submit. This would open a new window, which would include information such as when the assignment was due, how many points it was worth, and what type of submission was expected. Below this basic information, I would have any instructions left by the instructor. When I was ready to submit this assignment, I would click the Submit Assignment button. I would then select what type of submission I would like to make. You may not see every submission option shown here, depending on what limitations your instructor has placed on the assignment. For this instance, let's say I want to do a file upload. I would go to the File Upload tab, click Choose File, if I wanted to, add another file, as well as leave any comments if I wished. Once I was satisfied with my submission, I would click on the Submit Assignment button. After I made the submission, when I view the assignment, on the far right, I would see a submission receipt, which would show me information about my submission, as well as allow me to re-download that paper if I needed to. If resubmissions are allowed, I can click on the Resubmit Assignment button to resubmit my assignment. Turnitin is a special type of assessment. Turnitin is an automatic plagiarism checking tool used by LeTourneau University. On a Turnitin assessment, you will see your instructor's instructions for the assessment at the top of the page. Underneath these instructions, you will see the Turnitin box, which includes the assignment dashboard, as well as the summary. The summary may include helpful information such as whether or not resubmissions are allowed, or if late submissions are allowed. Once you are ready to make your submission to Turnitin, you will click on the Upload icon on the assignment dashboard. This will open up a pop-up. If you wish, you can give your submission a title. You then select the file to upload. You will be given a preview of this file. This is to ensure that you are uploading the correct file. If you accidentally uploaded the incorrect file, you can click Cancel Submission. However, if you are satisfied with your submission, click the Accept Submission-Save button. After you make a submission, you will see that submission listed in the Turnitin box for the assessment. You will see a download icon, and if resubmissions are allowed, you will also be able to click on the upload icon to make a resubmission. The submission receipt for the assessment can be found by clicking on the page icon. After Turnitin has processed your submission, and if your instructor has allowed you to view Originality Reports, you can view the Originality Report for your paper by clicking on the color-coded box next to the % matching number. This will show you the Originality Report that Turnitin has generated. Turnitin will highlight any lines of text that it thinks are matching another source, be that another paper or a source from the internet, and will also display on the right-hand side where it thinks that text came from. If you are writing a paper with a large amount of citations, you may have a high matching percentage because Turnitin is matching those citations to their source. However, if you are properly citing these sources, you should not run into any issues. Turnitin is mainly a tool for our instructors to know which papers to look at more closely to inspect for plagiarism. It is not a hard, fast rule that if you get a high percentage on Turnitin, that it means you plagiarized. Let's say I wanted to submit a discussion. We'll use the class introduction discussion for this example. Once again, I'd go to the unit where this discussion was and click on it to open it. Once I open it, at the top, I will see if it is graded, how many points it's worth. If it has a due date, when it's due, the title of the discussion, and over in the top right, we will see in a blue box with a white number the total of unread posts that exist in this discussion, and with a black number in a gray box the total number of posts in this discussion. Underneath this, we will see the prompt that the instructor has left for us. If we wish to make our initial reply to this prompt, we will click the reply button directly underneath the instructor's prompt. This will open up a text editing box. We can edit text, add pictures, add videos, add web links. We can attach files. But once we're happy with our submission, we click Post Reply. If you wish to reply to another student's post in a discussion, simply click the reply link on that student's post. Quizzes are relatively straightforward. Once again, to submit a quiz, you first need to open it by going to the unit and clicking on the quiz you wish to open. You will then open a new page. It will have the name of the quiz at the top, any important information such as a due date, how many points it's worth, how many questions there are, when it's available, if there's a time limit, if you can take it multiple times, etc. You will then have detailed instructions that your instructor left down below. Once you are ready to begin the quiz, click the Take the Quiz button. Quizzing in Canvas is very similar to any other online quiz. You'll be presented either a full page of questions or a single question at a time with a next button, and if allowed, a back button. Not all quizzes that display questions one at a time will let you go backwards in the quiz. The only slight difference between Canvas quizzes and other online quizzes is the flag icon marked by the number 1 on the screenshot. This flag icon will not be filled in by default. However, when you click on it, it will fill itself in, marking both the flag next to the question and the flags next to the questions on the question list, marked by the number 2 on the screenshot. You can use these flags in any manner that you choose, be it to mark questions to go back to, or maybe just after the quiz to mark questions that you might have struggled in. Once again, you can utilize these flags however you choose. They are simply a tool to help you better take the quizzes. Some warnings that you might see. If the quiz is timed, you will receive warnings as you approach the time limit of the quiz. You can work past the time limit of the quiz. However, your instructor will be notified that you went past the time and will apply any applicable penalties. Additionally, if you are starting a quiz closer to its availability end date and close enough that you will not have the full amount of time that you normally would to take the quiz. So for this instance, this quiz ends at April 20th at 11:59 p.m. Let's say I did it April 20th at 11:30 a.m. I would normally receive 45 minutes, but I would not receive this full time because the quiz would become unavailable before I reach my time limit. In this case, we will see a warning just giving us a heads up that you won't have the full time to take the quiz because you're starting it too close to the availability end date. Once I am done filling out my quiz and answering all the questions, I click on the Submit Quiz button at the bottom. The gradebook can be found by clicking the Grades button on the home page or the Grades link in the course navigation menu. The home page and the course navigation menu are covered in our course navigation video. In this gradebook, I can see a list of all of my assignments in the course, when they are due, what score I got, or if I haven't made a submission, there will be a dash, or if I've made a submission but it hasn't been graded yet, an appropriate symbol to denote what type of assignment it was, what that score was out of, and some additional information about the status of that assignment. An important one to note is the chat bubble. If you have this chat bubble, that means your instructor has left comments on your assignment. To view these comments, click on the chat bubble. You will then be able to view the comments. Once you're done doing so, you can click the close button to collapse the comments until you wish to view them again. Also, at the bottom of your gradebook will be a subtotal for each of the weighted categories in your course. This allows you to see how you are doing in each of these categories. At the very bottom of the gradebook is your total current score in the course. A useful tool that can be found in the gradebook is Whatif Grades. If you do not currently have a grade for an assignment, you can click on where that grade would go, type in a grade, and the gradebook will calculate your total grade as if you had gotten that grade on that assignment. So say you're coming up to the final of the course and you want to know what you need to get on the final in order to get an A in the course. You can type in different grades and it will calculate accurately what your grade would be if you got that grade. In order to revert back to your true grades, you can either click on the back arrow next to the Whatif grade that you entered, or if you've entered a large number of Whatif grades, you can click on the Revert to Actual Score button in the top right-hand corner of your gradebook.